Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
If you missed last night's debate, you honestly didn't miss much in terms of intelligent conversation. It was a concerted effort by Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and I guess their compatriot in this Fox News to dogpile on top of Donald Trump. And I don't even like Trump. I've said that personally many times. I have no intention of voting for the man. I'm going to vote for John McAfee. But regardless, just the way they keep attacking this guy is just completely ridiculous. It is degenerated to the point where they're talking about the size of the guy's hands. You know, they have these pre-made full screens for Trump, nobody else. You know, Mr. Trump, tell us about this plan, tell us about that plan. And like I said, I'm not even a fan of the guy, but I'm just like, the way they keep attacking him is ridiculous. And when you talk about personal attacks, the size of a guy's hands, you know, even when Jeb Bush was attacking Marco Rubio on his stature, saying, you know, yeah, Marco Rubio's too short to be president, or, you know, he has to wear these, you know, push-up shoes or, you know, high-heeled boots or whatever he had on. I'm not a Marco Rubio fan either, but that type of petty, childish attack does not need to be in a presidential debate. It does definitely not need to come from a presidential contender. I think a high school student council debate could have went better than what we saw last night from all these people involved in it. It was a truly pathetic deal. And I just think about, you know, Kim Jong-un or Putin or, you know, any other foreign leader looking at this stuff. Like, look at these clowns on national TV poking fun at each other for the stupidest stuff imaginable. I'm sick of watching these debates because of reasons like this. And if you don't tune into the next one, I honestly couldn't blame you, because it's not anything there. And normally when we look at debates, we always talk about how these guys have these talking points about, you know, we're going to fix roads, we're going to, you know, build jobs and schools and all this stuff. All the normal stuff. It wasn't even that. It was just stupid, just incoherent nonsense. It was more of a like a celebrity reality show, like Survivor or something. But, you know, instead of, you know, making fire with sticks, they're throwing insults at each other. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the debate. I have some presidential news. We will have some debate highlights going on later on. But, you know, consider this. Out of 3 hours of content, we can only come up with like 10 minutes of it. That shows you how bad this whole thing was. But now let's talk about Romney. Mitt Romney has come out and he's once again attacking Trump, or another one of the people who is attacking Trump. And he's saying he's not even going to run for president. He just wanted to throw his hat into the ring to attack Trump, saying that he was a horrible businessman, blah, 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 even though you can see a clip from Romney back when he was running, I guess, for president against Obama. He's like, you know, I want a Donald Trump endorsement. Donald Trump's a great guy. He created all these jobs, you know, completely contradicting the things that he said just a few days ago, you know, back when he needed the Trump endorsement many moons ago. But that just shows you how, you know, pathetic this political race is. And Newt Gingrich, of all people, once again, I'm not a Newt Gingrich fan, but he said the reason people are so afraid of Donald Trump is because he's not in the Billionaire Boys Club. He doesn't join in their secret societies.
And now they're faced with a very real prospect of Donald Trump becoming the leader of the party, and it absolutely drives them crazy. They just cannot imagine sharing. Well, because he's an outsider. He's not them. He's not part of the club. He's uncontrollable. You know, he hasn't been through the initiation rites. He didn't belong to the secret society. And I think that they don't see him. They have no idea how to relate to him.
Now, in other news, we've seen a lot of rhetoric, a lot of attacks on the Second Amendment. People saying we need to infringe the Second Amendment, which says very clearly that it should not be infringed. And now on this, all this infringing going on, groups like Smith & Wesson are reporting record sales when it comes to their firearms. And we see intense political rhetoric around gun control may have unintentionally boosted gun sales further. And this is always something that I thought. I sometimes think that, you know, Feinstein and Obama or whoever else secretly have stock in firearms because they have to know every time they come out here and bash the Second Amendment that people go out and buy firearms. And we see third quarter revenues rose 61% year over year to $211 million, boosted by a 25.3% jump in handgun sales. So yeah, I'm really starting to think there may be something going on behind the curtain on this one, because I just can't foresee these guys not understanding every time they want to pass a new law, new bill, we're going to embargo AK-47s or ammunition or whatever it is this week, that these things do not break record sales. Now let's talk about something else. When we talk about El Chapo, you guys know El Chapo, the drug kingpin from Mexico. And this is kind of my sign of the times thing for this episode. El Chapo claims unbearable conditions and calls for extradition ASAP. So basically a drug kingpin who has been involved in murders, trafficking, all types of dirty shenanigans is complaining about the accommodations in his cell. He's saying that, hey, it's just too dirty here, it's too nasty, I can't sleep, it's all this and that. I'm like, really, man? With all the stuff you have on you, you're going to complain about conditions in the Mexican jail, and now you want to be extradited to the U.S. so you can live in American jail. And I guess that's something to say about it, that American jails are that much better than Mexican jails. I feel sorry for the people who are locked up in, for these nonviolent offenses. But El Chapo, bro, I don't have too much sympathy for you. Now, I do have a little bit of sympathy for Apple, because we've seen Apple come out and they say, hey, we're not going to hack these phones for the FBI. Again, as I always say, the Apple company has been in cahoots, according to Edward Snowden, with the PRISM scandal. So you take all this for what it's worth. But they're saying we're not going to open the phones for the FBI. And now we see Amazon is quietly removing encryption from their gadgets. And they're saying that, hey, basically, FBI, feds, anybody, if you want to look in on our customers' data, you can go ahead and do it. And they say with the changes, users who had encryption on their Fire devices are left with two bad choices: either decline to install the update or leaving their devices with outdated software, or give up and keep their data unencrypted. So basically, you can have an old operating system, or you can get the new one and have the ability, or give people the ability to just hack into your phone anytime if they want, regardless of how legitimate the claims may be. Now, as I say with the Apple deal, it's an act of terrorism. You can say maybe they should make an exception in this case, and I would understand that point of view. But also, we see times when people get pulled over and the officers just want to look through their phones like, bro, you pulled me over for a busted taillight. Why do you want to look at my phone? Why do you want to see who I'm talking to on Instagram and all this other stuff? So that's just one of the things that's going on. Now, before we go on to more special reports, we have a special report from David Knight and our editor, Rob Jacobson, talking about the Bundy family situation. Another one of the family members has gotten into some hot water. Let's talk quickly about the TSA. We see lines at TSA checkpoints getting longer, waits will get worse. And they're saying basically you can blame the longer lines on reduced staffing from federal budget cuts. Now, let's blame the TSA lines on the fact that you have to go take out your laptop, you have to take off your shoes, you have to take off your belt, you have to wait in line to get in this x-ray scanner to, look at all your neckage, or you can go stand over here on the side of the x-ray scanner waiting for some guy to come and pat you down. They're looking through your stuff. I mean, I swear to goodness, I went to TSA one time, a guy opened my bag, opened my tin of Altoids, shook it around and put it back in the bag. That's why you have long lines at the TSA, that type of incompetence.
$50 more says he eats it. You're on.
Okay. You're on.
Now don't do it, kid. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
There he goes. He's going.
Yeah! The kid will eat anything.
He's hungry.
My fellow InfoWarriors, I am very excited to be able to announce to you the introduction at InfoWarsLife.com of a new way to save time and money when you stock up on InfoWars Life formulations like Survival Shield X2 and Super Male Vitality. Just go to InfoWarsLife.com today, select your favorite product, click on Auto Ship before adding to cart, and choose how often you want us to send you another order. Every time you choose Auto Ship at InfoWarsLife.com, you get 10% off, and you won't have to worry about running out and having to reorder next time. And of course, you can cancel with one click anytime. As you know, I'm all about the idea of a 360 win, and the new auto ship feature at InfoWarsLife.com is a sure win for everybody. A win for liberty, a win for health, and a win when it comes to big savings. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today and save 10% on your next InfoWars Life order by selecting auto ship at checkout. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.